So a video came across me that was talking about vanilla ice cream and Jim Crow and how it was racist and it was against black people having it in the South. And I had to do some research because I had to talk to some of my older family members and it was verified and clarified. Um, I'm gonna be the first to always say I don't always claim to know everything about certain things because there are people that I have to talk to that are older family members or older people that were around and certain things to verify or clarify. And I do take upon their words of wisdoms, which is passed on. It's very believable. Well, I did grow up in the South. I did live in the South part of my life. And I saw some stuff that was old and antiquated and played out. But it was brought to attention that those things were real. Now, I always knew about dogs. And to this very day, if I see white folks with dogs running loose, I'm thinking they slave catchers because I look at them with a certain, well, I want to ball my fist up. There's still the mindset of water hydrants, how they sprayed black folks in the 60s. I'm mindful of all those things. Sidewalks, you know, especially when white women clutching purses and you walk on the sidewalk elevator. I'm mindful of all those things. I'm mindful of how some white folks will sneer and look at you and how they look at you if you're in a certain neighborhood, certain car, certain clothing. But this thing with vanilla ice cream, well, is interesting because it is true. And it was only seen that you could have it on the 4th of July, so called Independence Day, which really isn't independent in America with 3Ks, because if there was real independence, you would have had it. You'd have had 40 acres and a mule, and you'd have had reparations, and you would not have felt like two different countries in two different worlds. So, how do they broadcast and get excited about a 4th of July when they still had plantations up into the 60s? Please make it make sense. And with vanilla ice cream, well, I like strawberry or chocolate more anyway. Vanilla had to have something on it. But again, the metaphor of everything white being right and everything being light. That's not to say to badmouth and to say that you know that you couldn't like it or what have you, but you got to know your history. You got to know your history. hmm And you acknowledge this stuff because even with white people in your family, if you're black, which most, well, people don't understand about America. Everybody black pretty much in America got a white cousin or somebody in the family across the bloodline. But America's racist rhetoric, division, divide, and not bringing people not just to the cookout, but to the Starbucks, to the whole nine, is their great mental illness. It really is. So when you hear about the vanilla ice cream, anything white was off limits. Water fountains, bathrooms, restaurants. This ain't no make believe, and there are people old enough who verify, clarify. And the evil, and it still manifests to this day. Because you go to some of these restaurants, they don't even want to serve you, let alone give you vanilla ice cream. The acting that goes along of how you go to some churches, they have white Jesus. They don't have black Jesus. They don't have the reflection. It's metaphorically speaking that the concepts that they paint distorts the fabric of inclusion. So that's how you know that it's something as simple as ice cream or something as simple as having white bread, Wonder Bread, Pillsbury Doughboy, all that. Are you good enough? All right. And it's in all forms of life. When I talk sports about a black quarterback, that's scary. When I talk about black head coaches, general managers, ownership, that's scary. And you wonder how this all ties into a Caitlin Clark. It does. Because they don't sense it's right unless it's white. And that's how they look at the taste of everything. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments. And I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shitter if you like them out.